Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the episode of Kirby Superstar where I take on the arena. Okay, so, the tricky thing about... Okay, well, first of all, the arena is basically just all of the bosses that you fought in the main game. You fight them again in succession. So, the tricky thing about trying to commentate this is that there are... Every time you do the arena, the bosses are in a different order. So, if you were to commentate this and then mess up and die, then you would have to start over from scratch, assuming you don't get the same exact order of bosses. So you can't really cut out footage if you fail. So it's a big risk for me to commentate something that I may not even end up being final, you know, because if I do end up failing, then I'll have to start all over again, basically, and just well, that's the whole thing, pretty much. So that's the whole tricky thing about it. I was so caught up by that I forgot to explain the... Come on, man. I forgot to explain the mechanics of the arena. So this thing in the top right will tell you how many bosses you need to fight. The last boss is always marks, so that at least is constant. Then you have 2 abilities you can choose from if you so desire, and you have 5 maximum tomatoes, and that's all you get. Like I said, the bosses are in random order, so we have Cameleo Arm right now. I'd like to say I'm good at this, the arena I mean, but oh god damn it. But I'm starting to think that maybe I'm really only good at the DS Remake arena, because I think it's considerably easier. For one, you don't only get 5 maximum tomatoes, because once you use the tomato, there's in the DS Remake there is an extra one underneath that you can eat if you so desire, if you so choose. Those do not exist in the Super Nintendo version, so it is considerably harder, because if you feel like you just can't take on a boss without having full health, and you have just a tiny bit of health gone, then that's where the other foods come in handy, because you don't want to waste a whole maximum tomato on one little piece of health that, you know, rather than using it to restore your entire health bar. So it's kind of a game of chance, the arena. So you gotta be real careful about what you're doing. Don't do what I do, because, well, don't do what Donnie Don't does. Donnie Don't uses poor fighting techniques to defeat his enemies, which is not very wise at all. So yeah, next up is Heavy Lobster. We have 15 bosses to go. So yeah, this is the arena, and kind of, well, I guess the weird thing is that instead of like having cards for each of the bosses, it just says enemy with a picture of this random fanged beast, which is kind of weird. I feel like they could have done something really cool and had like different cards for each boss, but no. And it says get the sword, but you actually don't have to. If you wait long enough, then Meta Knight will just be like, fuck it, I'm done waiting for you to get the sword, and you can just bypass that. So I'm gonna do that and keep my trusty hammer. Stand in front of Meta Knight. Hey Meta Knight, what you doing? Oh, he's had enough of waiting. Meta Knight's probably the hardest one in the arena, because just of how fast he moves and how small of a target he is. But he's not too hard, either way. With the hammer, nothing's really hard with the hammer, so I mean, you know, Kracko. Do I really need a tomato for that? I don't think so. I'm gonna risk it all and just go into this fight without eating the tomato. Hopefully I'll do okay. Please God, let me do okay. Kracko is just like one of those fights for me where it can either go really good or really bad. There's just no like determining factor. It's just, I don't know, sometimes sometimes something like that happens. Oh my god, I don't want to lose my hammer. Jesus, no. If I lose my hammer, I'm fucked. Alright, so now I'm gonna eat one of those tomatoes up there because... Oh, well I wouldn't have been fucked because there's a hammer right here. But oh well. Whatever. Fatty Whale's up next. Thankfully, most of the bosses in this game aren't too hard. If this was a different game, perhaps, I would be scared shitless of doing a boss gauntlet, but no. Most of the bosses here are pretty easy. So, you know, that's good. Like, that gauntlet in Skyward Sword, Jesus, that was hard. I still have not beaten all the bosses in that to the day. To this day, I mean. Because, one, the imprisoned fights always kill me. Because those are a pain in the ass. And two, some of the bosses are just hard, you know? I guess, like, I would say that, like, the bosses in Skyward Sword are hard compared to the ones in Ocarina of Time because of, you know, I've played Ocarina of Time, like, a bunch of times, and, Skyward Sword only came out, like, 3 years ago, so I haven't really played it too many times. So I guess the bosses are just, like, not quite in my memory yet, like, in my muscle memory. So, I suppose if you play a game enough times, then you eventually get everything down, but... No! I will not lose my hammer. Why is King Dedede giving us the most trouble? It's kind of ironic. He's the first boss of the game and he's giving us the most trouble. Oh, it's not the first in the game. That was... I'm mistaken. Wispy was his first. I don't know why I thought King Dedede was first. Whatever. We've got Lololo and Lalala to take on. I actually did not show you this boss battle in my original playthrough because I used Crash on them, so at least now you get to see what it's like. And they just push their green ice cubes around. Not too difficult, but still you kind of need to be careful about what you're doing because this is the arena. Wispy Wood's up next, so we don't really need the tomato. And you are being timed during this, by the way. You're trying to beat it, but also go for the best time possible. Why does Kirby keep turning around like that? So, you know, I don't really care much about the time, obviously, because I waited for Meta Knight to, oh yeah, I'm going with the tomato here. Dynablade is just... Sometimes I'm good at Dynablade, sometimes I'm not, so I'm just gonna not take any chances here. But, one of the things I was contemplating doing for the arena was, because I have done this on my DS version of this game, which was doing the arena, completing the arena with every single different ability, like not switching out any ability, but doing the arena a bunch of times with every ability, and it was intriguing to say the least, but it would be a lot of work and a lot of time. So basically, it depends now on feedback. So, I mean, if you want to see that, then I'll do it. But if no one really cares, then I'll just pass on that because that's going to be impossible. It's hard enough doing this with Hammer, which is the easiest ability to use for me. But trying to do the arena with something like Jet, that would just be impossible. Something like Jet or Wheel I mean, I have done it before, multiple times, but it's still hard as hell. Not to mention that the Super Nintendo version is harder than the DS one, so I don't know. But, you know, it all depends on feedback that I get. Oh shit, I hope I don't die. Oh my god. Please, Dynablade, be gracious. Okay. Okay, time to eat a tomato. I think I'll be fine after this. I only have 7 left, so I can just conserve these tomatoes. Twin Woods aren't too hard. So, you know. And they're already dead, so there you go. Heart of Nova is up. This one sometimes gives me trouble because I run into the things, but other than that, it's not too hard. And of course, I can't use Hammer on Nova. How sad. No! Stop it! Oh my god. That was awful. Oh, now you turn around. Jerk. You jerk. Why you gotta be so rude? Come on. Yeah, that's the part that always... Oh, come on, man. I'm grief-stricken. What do? I have to delete that now? I have to delete this footage. Oh, Christ. Okay, you know what? I have a plan for this. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out without having to delete all my stuff. Hold on. Okay, so what I figured I'd do was just go through the arena again, but only show the bosses that I didn't encounter in my first run. So this is my rematch with Heart of Nova. Hopefully I don't die. Gee, it's really hot in my room, man. Tell you what. It's not even summer. It's September. Why is it so hot? It wasn't even that hot when it was summer. Like, I don't understand. Mother Nature, why are you so crazy? Anyway, it looks like it's going pretty... This part here. I don't understand how you can get through that without taking damage. That's just a dick move from the game designer. Like, come on, game designers. I believe I already fought this boss, so I'll see you in the next boss. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me, alright. Okay, so here's Wham Bam Rock. Oh, I should have eaten that tomato. Oh well. Oh well, it's too late now. I can't go back. Screw you, Wham Bam. I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, maybe not. Yee. I don't want to die. Alright, Carrot Face. You're gonna, this is the end for you. I'm gonna destroy you with my trusty hammer. I'm like Thor. Chip damage. Why must you exist? Uh-oh. This does not look good. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna eat a tomato as soon as I can. Like, oh my god. Okay, next is Camellia Arm, which you've already seen, so I'll skip it. Okay, next up is Computer Virus. We have 13 bosses to go. And actually, Computer Virus will do the harder one of the versions, with the Witch, the Knight, and the Dragon, rather than the Slime and the Dancing Doll. So, yeah. They were like, you know what, the first encounter was a bit too easy. I think they need to be challenged even more in the arena than they already are. So, let's just include the dragon. Because why not? We like being jerks. So there you go, that's Computer Virus. Not too difficult. Oh, Dynablade. Okay. Okay, next up is the cannon. The combo cannon is what it's called. I forgot his name for a second there. This was the most annoying boss in Revenge of Meta Knight. Because of the goddamn reachy hand thing. The extendo arm. Get out of here, man. What I like to do is, instead of just attacking the main thing, I like to get rid of its bottom cannon first, so you have less to deal with. Maybe it's not the best strategy, but oh well, it's my strategy, so. And there you go, now we can go and hit the other thing. This stupid hand will leave me alone, jeez. Ah! Don't touch me! Okay. That platform raising thing would have been effective if you still had your laser thing, but you don't, so haha. Take that. It was super effective! Raising the platform once again, and combo cannon is dead, and it just gets stuck there. It can't even go down. The reactor is next, so I'll skip that. I'm actually not sure if I've showed this boss before, but it's just another one of the mini boss combination things. So we have Chef Kawasaki, not too difficult. A Bonkers, also not very difficult. I mean, nothing's really difficult with Hammer, but they're not really that hard anyway. So, and then we have Bugsy, which is actually kind of hard just because of how erratically he moves. Oh, really? Come on, man. Stop moving backwards and stuff. It's not cool. Beat his corpse with a hammer. Next up is Fatty Whale. I'll skip it. Okay, and here we go. We're at the last boss of the arena, Marks. And we have 2 extra tomatoes, so I'll just leave that one there for someone else if they want it. But I don't really need it, so I'll just leave it. So here we go, it's the final battle with Marks, again, the final battle. Actually, in the remake, there was another battle with Marks, which was different, and it was like called Mark's Soul, and you fought a different version of Marks, a harder version. So that was cool, but it doesn't exist in the Super Nintendo version, sadly. I wish it did, that'd be cool. But I guess the remake has to have some original content, you know? Some new content to spice things up. Ironically, Marks is not giving us too much trouble. It was the other bosses that were hard for me, I guess. That was odd. Oh, well, he's consistently freezing us, but, you know, other than that, nothing's really working here, Marks. You should step up your game. And you should really have your soul fight us instead. Ugh, man. I am tired of fighting bosses. And there you go, Marks is dead. Goodbye, communism. Wait, what? What is this? I don't think I've ever unlocked this before. What? It didn't show me my time, though. What's going on? What? I didn't know this even existed in the Super Nintendo version. Oh my god. This is a, you can just listen to the music from the game. How did I not know this existed? Oh my god. I've never unlocked this before. I can honestly say that. This is really weird. I'm also really confused as to why it didn't show me my time. Usually it should show you your time at the end, and a little thing that said that you won. But apparently not this time. Oh my god. Well, I guess you learn something new every day. Wow. That's really shocking. But anyway, I only have one more episode of Kirby Superstar to do, and that's the Megaton Punch and Samurai Kirby things. And I'll see you when I do that. Bye.